Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures and international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy, coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so happy you're here with me again. In this series of videos, I'm talking about concepts from my book, The Journey to Happy, how embracing the concept that nothing is wrong can transform your life. And also the things we teach to help people have incredible transformations in their retreats with Sedona Soul Adventures. Those of you who have been following me for a long time know that I was a divorce attorney for 20 years in Omaha, Nebraska. And then I had a life-changing experience in Sedona over 20 years ago, which led ultimately to the start of Sedona Soul Adventures. One of the things that we've done is to help so many couples, literally thousands of couples, stay together, save their marriage, and really reignite their relationship. One of the biggest problems that I've seen in the almost 40 years that I've been working with couples is a problem that actually is so easy to solve that it's almost magical. It's all about making your relationship a priority. So what happens? Well, at first you fall in love, and then you want to be with that person all the time. You spend every moment together. Then you get married or you live together, you have kids, and then everything gets so busy, everything gets so difficult that even you're so consumed by everything in your life that things start to change. Those little things that you thought were so cute at the beginning of your relationship are now kind of driving you crazy. This whole thing about making the relationship a priority, it's one of the biggest complaints that we get from people who do our couples retreats. So, is your relationship important to you? Are you starting to feel it slip away from you? If you don't feel the same kind of zing that you used to, you need to do something, and you need to do it soon. So here's what I want to say. For any of the women who are out there, please don't do this. Please don't go to your husband and say, "We need to talk." The four most dreaded words that men hear are, "We need to talk." Go to him in a quiet moment, a moment where you're both feeling good with each other. Look him in the eyes and say, "I've been thinking about this lately. What is one thing I could do to let you know that you're a priority in my life?" And then shut up and listen to what he has to say. Don't edit or criticize. And don't get upset if he says something jokingly about wanting to have sex with his favorite Hollywood star. And don't get upset and annoyed if it's something that he wants to do that doesn't involve you or the kids. In fact, encourage him to have it be something that he wants to do just for himself alone. And then do it. Do it with happiness and love and enthusiasm. And if you're a man, do the same thing. Go to your beloved and look them in the eye and say, "What is one thing I could do to let you know that you're a priority in my life?" And then shut up and really listen. If it's something you can do, and hopefully it's not going to be some huge shift that's going to require the rest of your life, like not watching sports anymore. But if it's not something like that, if it's something reasonable, then do it. And again, do it with happiness and love and enthusiasm. After you've successfully completed this, then go to your partner and say, "I want us to spend more time together, just us, having fun." If you can think of something fun that you guys used to do, then suggest that. Don't demand, just suggest. And women, I promise you, this will be music to your man's ears. One of the biggest complaints that we get from men during our couples retreats is that they feel such a distant second to the kids. You can tell what's important to you by how much time you spend on it. Spending time together is magical for bringing the sizzle back into your marriage. And speaking of sizzle, don't blush or be offended by my saying the next thing that you can do that will really make a difference is to have more sex. And if you're offended by that, then we do need to talk. But I'll tell you, it's one of the biggest complaints that we receive in our couples retreats. And it's not just men complaining about women. It's women complaining about men. And we even have this with our same-sex couples. If you're not having sex like you used to, then initiate it. Tonight or this afternoon. That'll wake them up. Do little things for the other person. Doing little things for the other person can be huge. I love getting flowers. I love having little gestures. They send me over the moon. I was recently gone for a week, and Richard sent me this. When I first got the envelope, I thought, what the heck is this? And then I opened it, and it's a big hug. Is that the cutest thing or what? What is something you can do for your beloved? If one of you is the one who always does the same thing, like cooking or taking out the trash, surprise the other one by doing it for them occasionally. Is there something you know they'd love to do, but they're not giving themselves permission because it's too expensive or time-consuming? Invite them to do it and tell them, baby, you're worth it. A few months ago, we had a couple come to us, and they were at the end of their rope. They were fighting all the time. They were ready to split up, especially the wife. They both worked really hard. They had demanding jobs. They had 2 little kids. And they also had his mother, who was very, very involved in their lives. They had all kinds of issues of he does this and she does that, which were very important to them, of course. But when we really sat down and listened to them, all of those things were pretty inconsequential. And of course, their sex life had pretty much gone out the window. When we dug deep with them, we got down to what's really wrong. We got down to the truth, which was that neither of them felt like they were a priority in the other person's life. Then we dug a little deeper. They both felt that the other one's jobs were more important to them. He felt like the kids were more important to her, and she felt like his mother was more important to him because he was constantly taking his mother's side in different situations. Then we dug a little deeper, and underneath that was, he doesn't really love me, and she doesn't really love me. And then here's the real kicker, because we got even further underneath that and discovered that what was really going on for both of them was, I'm not lovable. My own wife, husband doesn't love me. That must mean I'm not lovable. They weren't thinking this consciously, of course, but when we dug deep enough, we discovered this was the culprit. They both had grown up in homes where they were starved for love. And he continually kept doing things for his mother to try to finally get her love and approval. It had nothing to do with him loving his mother more than his wife. It was him trying to fill that void. We had them do sessions individually to get at those core wounds, to dig them up and fill them back up with love. What was really amazing was that even though they both did separate breathwork sessions, each of them had an experience of a vision that was the 2 of them coming together and just so completely full of love and joy and bliss. In their final integration session, they said they've never been more in love, and they totally know that that other person is the most important person in their lives. And they also told us that they had more sex in the 5 days that they were here with us than they did in the last 5 months. So to see their marriage come alive again, it's just so amazing when you can get to the root of what's really going on and come back into the love that brought you together in the first place. How about you? Would you like to come back into that love? If so, call us and let's do a couples retreat. Each of our couples retreats is completely custom designed and all private sessions, not in groups. Really designed for exactly what the two of you need to bring you back into the love that brought you together in the first place. To get more information, go to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Couples Retreats today. Or even better, if you'd like to talk to someone about doing a couples retreat, call us at 928-204-5988. You can have the life and relationship you want. I know it.